is Hollow Knight. So let's get started. Time starts when I do the save in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Alright, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hollow Knight. So, start the time as soon as I enter the save. 3, 2, 1, go. So, for those that do not know what Hollow Knight is a action-adventure 2D Metroidvania that came out in February of 2017. It was made by a tiny studio here in, not here, but Adelaide of South Australia. So, for us, 1/3 of the player is actually here in the audience today. Harry Gibson, the artist of the game, audience there. So everything is being drawn and animated, created by this guy. Thank you for joining us. I believe also audience who voices many of the characters in the game, so shout out to her as well. And beside me today we have both Benji, who's also the admin for the Hollow Knight Discord and community, and Graham, who is one of the lead testers in the game. So, first thing I'm going to explain is, we're using Chinese and we're going to use English. So the first reason why we're using Chinese, the main reason is because there are less technical blocks, therefore less technical cache, and we can get through the text a lot quicker. I'll just pop the menu and release it. So when you're in your inventory, two things happen. One, you fall faster, which is often quicker, but also you stop a hard fall animation from happening. So when you drop too far, your character will start to fall. But by bringing up the inventory, we can cancel that. So we're going to enter the first area of the game, the Golden Crossroads. By the way, I don't know how to read this. So in this next room, there's a good example of using the inventory tool. I'll just go here, pop, I know where I'm going, I don't need him. So this is a So in terms of the UI, the top left is the white solve the game. So I always use both the heel like this and also use spells, which I don't have any right now, but it will gain spells later on. The little mask, the fire mask I see on top, they're my so I can only have 5. We're not going to get between this one, so we can have 5 run. The little popcorn thing you see, it's called Geo. Geo is a currency in Paladin. It looks like a, well, we call it bug bucks, but that's the currency. There are some things that do need to buy in the run, so I need to actually route some Geo into the run so we can make some purchases later. So we're actually coming up to the first popular game already. Boss being Fox Knight. Although he looks big and tough on the outside, he is pretty cute on the inside, and you'll see why. Dodge some of these enemies. All of his jumps. Stagger him immediately. Here's where the damage basically is. We have enough text. Keep striking. Staggering during an attack. One more. One thing I do want to mention as well is starting from here, every time I get hit, and every time I die, starting from now. So whether Twitch chat or someone in the audience wants to keep count, or I can just count later on. If no one does that, that's fine. But just to prevent me from playing poorly. A whiteboard. Yeah, every time we get hit, we're just chucking 5 pucks at the end, and then 25 right there. So for defeating Colt Knight, he did drop an item, but we're not going to grab it. The item was City Crest, which allows us to enter the City of Tears, one of the main areas, but we can enter the City of Tears another way. But he did drop the the chest, which drops 200 geo.
Namino.
Now aside from that, we also got our first ability, which is the Vengeful Spirit. So you'll see that the Vengeful Spirit is like a fireball. So right now, just so you know, our nail is only doing 5 damage. The fireball does 15 damage. So during boss fights and during a lot of harder enemies, we want to use our fireball a lot more. There's also an explanation of what category I'm doing, because I haven't mentioned it yet. We're doing all skills. So although in any percent you want to get to the end as fast as you can, all skills we're going to gain every ability before we get to the end. So essentially, I'm going to grab every nail up, like a nail ability. I'm going to grab every spell, every upgraded spell, and every movement ability for the character. So at the end, we're going to be really OP compared to the final boss. You not only attack these guys with a Bible, but they lock up.
Oh.
And now we're going to exit the instant. And now what you see there is a bench, which I just jumped over. So benches have 3 purposes in this game. 1, they act as a checkpoint or a save. So if you ever re-enter your save, you can spawn that bench. 2, they heal. So if you ever low on HP, you get healed. And the third thing is also you can equip charms. You'll see later on I will equip a charm. Charms are essentially like the badge system in Tekken before, where you gain charm options. And you can have extra upgrades stats to your attacks. Yeah, keep them counting. I honestly can't count, so I'm gonna either check at the end or someone can just count. Now this one, it's usually 4 fireballs together. But we just took that guy out in 1 fireball. When you're off screen, the fireballs have like a delayed hit box. I missed the jump. Now one thing I do want to explain as well about the fireballs is that when you launch a fireball in the air, your character moves back just a little bit. So we're going to use that to actually do some skips. Hopefully I can get them. Last time I ran this game with the last pack, I actually didn't get any fireball skips. So we're going to hopefully get this time. So this is a secondary quick path. Pretty green compared to the crossroads. There's also a lot of paths. So we know we're in the right area. So I've got full soul. You can actually jump here and hit these birds with your soul, but we don't need that. I'm going to try to do a 5-4 skip. There we go. I somehow didn't get that last pack. So by doing that, we've actually skipped quite a lot of this area. Usually we need to valley through the area. We meet a character called Hornet, but we just skipped all that. Hornet was up there, but we're chasing him. I'm going to do another 5 skip here. Turn around. I haven't got enough soul either, so we're going to do the walk of shame. I think it's about 15 seconds long. I think it's about 15. Yeah. So usually I was going to jump up to here. $20. It's all for Star Wars, so. So we're actually on our way to another boss fight. What you'll notice in this run, and I suppose many Hollow Knight runs, is we enter an area and we just try and get to the boss, get to the main upgrade, then leave the area. So I'm going to be using the same quick punch now. This Moss Knight, hit it once, we got 3 fireballs. Pretty hard boss fight, in my opinion. Now one thing as well about Hollow Knight is Geo and Soul routing. So right now I'm about to fight 2 more Moss Knights, but on my, oh, got hit again. But on my way, I want to gain some Soul to make the fights a little bit easier. You might hear a murmur up there, that's the character called Zote. You can either let Zote live or die. He's dying in this run. Too much time to save him. So there's 2 Moss Knights here. So I've killed 2 nice Knights and Moss Knights and also got 3 geocaches. So now we've got a good amount of geo, 539. So now I'm going to enter a stag station. Now stags are, well, the last stag is a fast travel system in the game. It's essentially how you can get around the world of Hallownest quickly. I'm going to jump over the bench, we don't need that. Purchase the stag, station the green path and just exit. And now we're going to head up to go fight Hornet. Alright. Here's the Hornet boss battle. I shouldn't have been hit there. So in this game, you notice that bosses have stun locks. So if we hit bosses multiple times really quickly, we can stun them and get more damage on them. So we got a new ability called Mothwing Cloak, which is essentially a dash. We'll show you that in just a moment. I'm going to do it with my first save and quit. So we save out of there. I head back to the Ancestral Mound. And we're going to use this quite a bit in the run, just to get around the map a lot quicker. And this is our dash. So Mothwing Cloak gave us this ability here. We can dash on the ground, we can dash in the air. If we dash off the ground, then we can dash again in the air. It's pretty good ability. So now we're going to head to the third area of the game called Fungal Wastes, which actually has 2 pretty cool tricks. And also, just a side note, I am running no major glitches category. So this game in previous patches can get pretty glitchy, awesome for speedruns. But I am doing NMG, no major glitches. So we're going to use some glitches, but not particularly major ones. We're going to use the menu to get through this room quite quickly. Now these enemies here have been called Owen Wilson. They have a cool screen. I am running 1221, that's the patch number. So in this patch there are a few things more broken than other patches. But in a future patch, those Owen Wilson mushrooms actually have an additional voice added to them. So twice the Owen Wilson there. These mushrooms we can bounce on using Pogo. So one of the cool things I like about this game personally is that you can downstrike on enemies and objects, and when you downstrike on enemies you can reset your ability. So for example, if I dash Pogo, then I can dash again. So I'm going to do this trick, then I'll explain it. I'm going to skip War Jump by Pogoing off an explosion. So what I had to do is I had to do a bit of a setup, get that poison ball to be in the spot where I can jump and then Pogo off the explosion itself. Now I'm going to lure 3 of these Mantis warriors, kill this one, and then use the Mantis as like a staircase. There we go. That saved about 20 seconds. And we have another ability. So this is Mantis Claw. Mantis Claw is the war jump of the game. The war jump is very snappy. You can jump on the same wall multiple times. It's a crucial item in completing this game. We're going to do another save and quit and head back to the Ancestral Mound one more time. And this is the last time we're going to the Ancestral Mound, so we can say goodbye to the Snail Shaman. So there he is. That is mate. So now we're actually going to go fight the first boss of the game. So the false knight was actually not the first boss of the game. We're going to go fight a boss called Gruz Mother. And there's the item, but, you know, we don't need it. So I'm going to gain soul on the way to the fight. So when we get to the boss, we can annihilate it a lot quicker. So one thing also to know about this game is that when you enter a room or a scene, enemies spawn generally in the same area or in the same position, but then they move from that position. So there's a lot of rooms where it's cycle based. I can enter a room, know where the enemies are, and then react around that. And now we have full soul. So we're going to enter the Gruz Mother boss fight. Now when I first played this game for the very first time, I went into here and I was thinking, hey look, it's a sleeping NPC. I went to touch it, and I didn't even know it was a boss fight. I was scared. It surprised me. And that's Gruz Mother. I do have to wipe the sweat off though, that was pretty hard. It's not the end though. So children make one more attack on us. Grab some extra geo. So now I'm going to do a trick here called shade skip. So when you die in this game, you leave a shade, which is like an echo of your previous life. And what that is it's essentially a character of yourself that tries to fight you, and we're going to use that shade skip to do a considerably major skip. So I just bought my first charm from Salubra. And we're going to sit on the bench here. So we've respawned here. Now I'm going to intentionally kill myself. And hey look, I'm getting hit 5 more times. Uh-oh. I'm also going to die. Alright, so now we're going to equip Shaman Stone. See our shade, hit it once because it takes 2 hits to kill. Do a little setup. Pogo off it, jump up here. Here we go. So we're not supposed to be here this early. This is a considerable skip. Usually we need a few other abilities to get there. But thanks to our shade, thanks buddy, we're already here. And the one thing about the City of Tears, so the City of Tears is one of the main areas in the game. There's 2 sides to City of Tears, there's the left side and the right side. Most players will enter the left side first. And the right side is where you enter later. Once you get to the left side, you can't unlock the right side immediately. But we're going to get to the right side first by doing this. So we're going to enter one of the elevators and then enter the City of Tears. So we're going to make our first big purchase. So while I'm going through this room, I want to try and gain some soul and geo. He just runs off. I want to kill this guy for some extra geo. Fireball all of these enemies here. Oh, I need 800 geo. Fireball all these, and we enter the transition. The cool thing about this patch in particular is that the fireballs, when they go off screen, they still hit enemies. So I can just go to one side and let the fireballs do all the damage. And one thing I forgot to explain was that charm that I equipped back at Salubra, that charm was called, I'm even mental blank. What's the charm? Oh, Shaman Stone. I already said that. Yeah, sorry. So the charm, Shaman Stone, adds extra damage to spells. So our fireball did 15 damage, but now it does 20. I'm not going to let this guy kill me. This is the Glorious Husk. There we go. Now from this enemy, we get 420 geo. Coincidental? I don't think so. So now we have 822, we have enough geo. Get some soul, just in case I'm going to heal. And then we're going to enter another area called Kingdom's Edge. Kingdom's Edge is a mid to late game area, but we're going to go there now because why not? It's quicker. But before I end there, I'm going to just sit on this bench here. Just a marathon bench. In case I make a mistake, we can respawn a lot closer than Salubra. So now if we dash just under here, a little secret. This is one of the secret ways to enter Kingdom's Edge. So that says Kingdom's Edge. We're gonna hug the wall. Do a menu drop to prevent the... Oh! The thing about the menu drop is you can bring up the menu, you can exit it a little bit early for optimization. But if you exit it too early, you still get the hard fall. So there's only one thing we need in Kingdom's Edge right now, which is an ability called dash slash. And when we dash, we can use a slash, which is a big hitbox, very long, which we're going to use to skip quite a few things in City of Tears later on. Oh, I was trying to dodge that. It's going to sit on another bench to heal. And we're going to talk to one of the Nail Masters. We're not going to talk to him, we'll kind of just mumble over him. So he's going to give us dash slash.
I think that's Oro.
Oro? Nail Master Oro. Always forget the three Nail Masters. You think. He bows to us. I wish we can bow to him. Close enough. Sit in the bench one more time. Now before we head back to the City of Tears, we're going to go fight Hornet 2. So in Green Path we fought Hornet 1. But we can actually fight a second variation of Hornet. It's the same character, but a lot harder, this fight. It might be Mado? Nail Master Mado?
It's the other one, yeah.
Alright, that's Nail Master Mado.
Yeah.
I can't read Chinese. I said that in the beginning, right?
Oh, does it? It's Oro. I shouldn't have doubted myself.
So it was Oro. So now before we go to Hornet 2, we're going to use... oh, no, not that guy. You'll see a flying bug up here. These are called Primal Aspids, loved by the community. We're going to actually use the Primal Aspid to get to Hornet 2, so don't hate him. We're going to try and manipulate it into a spot, which it's not cooperating right now. Oh, don't attack me, I need you. There we go. So we can dash off these walls. And by using the Primal Aspid, we can get up here without double jump. Now this is all skill, so we are going to get double jump, but we don't need double jump right now. I'm going to sit at that bench there because now we're going to fight Hornet 2. And Hornet 2 is... it's an easy boss later on, but because I've basically no upgrades, all I've got is a fireball, dash, and wall jump. Hornet 2 can be kind of hard, so I'm going to have to actually focus for this. This is probably the one hard boss fight in the run. So yeah, hopefully we can get a first try. She's a lot quicker than Hornet 1. Oh. I'm gonna heal, because I actually need to heal now. The thing about her helmet is that it's a lot taller than ours, so the hitbox is... Sure, I'm gonna have to heal there, yeah. Should have healed again, but I didn't. Trying to go for the speed strats. Her parry. Oh, I got no soul to heal. Still got 1 HP. Whoa. Even I'm surprised. There we go. Quite a few heals there, but got hit a few times. Again, I'm not keeping count, but
$160.
that's good to know. It's going for a good cause. What's wrong with that? So now we get an item called King's Brand. King's Brand is going to allow us to enter one of the late areas of the game, We're gonna enter there right now, but we're gonna use it, of course, later on to enter that area. Well, I'm actually kind of forced to get hit by that thing, but it does count, so I got hit.
What? You got hit.
Yeah, so the way that works is when you have over 1 HP, you get hit by it, but when you have 1 HP, it does no damage to you.
Oh, I've never been hit by that, so I didn't know
So maybe
that.
you can dodge it. Maybe I'm just not good. Alright, now luckily, when we got saved by Hornet there, we actually got full HP now. So even though we defeated Hornet, she's not dead. She's a cool character, we don't want her dead. So now we're going to escape Kingdom's Edge. So we're going to do just a bit of movement just to get out of this area. We don't need this anymore. Those prime last speeds can stay here. Whoop. You can just make that jump with a big jump. That guy does 2 damage to you. Actually, if I get hit by a double damage, that's 2 damage, yeah. I get hit once, but I suppose that's $10, right?
Sure is.
Nah, you can dodge that one, don't worry. Are you stressed? I'm not stressed. So we're just gonna dash our way over to the Soul Sanctum. So the Soul Sanctum is a sub-area of the kingdoms, of the City of Tears. That guy hit me. See how short his arms were? Bloody T-Rex. So we're gonna do another skip here. There's actually, again, a considerable major skip. We're gonna skip double jump one more time. Simply by pogoing on that. So thank you to the Team Cherry for adding that destructible there. And now we're gonna hit a lever off screen if I can get it. There we go. You may have heard that, hit a lever. And now we're gonna enter this room with no vision. Oh, where am I? Where am I? I'm trying to resync. I'm there, alright. There we go. So that room, because we hit a lever off screen, we entered that room dark because you're supposed to enter at the bottom of that room, which activates the light. But because we entered in the wrong direction, the light of that room never activated. So now we're going to enter the Soul Sanctum in just a moment. I'm going to heal one more time. Kill this guy who's trying to defend the Soul Sanctum. And we're going to enter up. But before we actually enter the main area of Soul Sanctum, we're going to enter one of the smaller areas which has another upgrade. Now usually to get this upgrade you have to battle an enemy, but with the levers we're going to skip that entirely. So we're going to charge up a dash slash, jump off this door here, and then hit it through the door. And again the room's kind of... It's so broken, I know. And we're going to get an ability called Shade Soul. Kind of early. Now, Shade Soul is also a fireball, so this actually replaces our Vengeful Spirit. This is an upgraded version of the fireball. So in all skills, we're going to gain all the spells, but also all the upgraded version of each spell. We're going to hit that little shortcut, send the elevator back up, and now we're going to enter Soul Sanctum. The cool thing about the Shade Soul is that with Shaman Stone, it does 40 damage. So our nail's doing 5, and that's doing 40. Charging up another dash slash, we're going to hit this lever through the wall, like that. Skip, more movement. We have to kill this guy here. Get a generous 200 Geo from that. We're going to hit another lever through the wall to save some movement. If I can jump up here, thank you. Whoop. There we go. We're going to get some soul before the boss fight. Might heal one more time actually. Charging up another dash slash. Hit that through the wall.
That cuts out so much.
That actually cuts a lot of time, yeah. Well, not a lot, but a good amount. So now we're going to enter another boss fight for the Soul Master. Get some soul through these jars. And something's happening in the back. I suppose I did mention the boss fight, so hey, surprise, it's the boss. Soul Master. We're going to use Shade Soul to delete it real quick. If I don't get hit. See ya. We're gonna do a little crazy dance, and we're gonna get our ability. Jump right into the ability, and this is Desolate Dive, so it's actually like a dive ability, but uh-oh. He wants more. We can hit him as he's dashing down. Now he's dead, I'm pretty sure. For good, for good. And so now we're going to get an ability called Desolate Dive. Which if you saw him use it, we're going to dive to the ground. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead now. Alright, so this is Desolate Dive. So, like I said, Desolate Dive is a burst into the ground. We can use it both for attacking enemies, but also breaking objects, so we can get to new areas. This is a Metroidvania, so it's a big, vast world. So, for example, right here. Do it again. We're going to charge up another dash slash to get through this door. Save a lot of movement again. If I can jump off that wall. So now we're going to leave Soul Sanctum and head to the city storerooms, which has another stag station which we're going to use to get a few more abilities in the world. We want to gain some soul on the way. Those enemies, by the way, those ones on the very left, they're called mistakes. And they look like a mistake. Dive back here. The cool thing you can do, a little optimization, is hit the elevator back up and then just menu drop the rest of the way. So going back in the same direction we came from, where we got Shade Soul, we're just going to go through the little secret. We don't need that bench there. You can actually unlock a bench there, but who needs that? This room is actually kind of long, so we're going to have to dash all the way through this room. We do get an ability later on to do a super dash, which you'll see clears a lot of time. So this room actually looks kind of cool. If I don't get hit by that guy. I don't want him there. I really don't want him in that spot. I want to try that. There we go. You can wall jump off the edges of those platforms. Spike those, unlock that little shortcut, and now we're going to enter another stag station. So the city storerooms. Unlock 200 Geo, sit on the bench because we're going to save and quit here a few times. And I'm going to ring the bell. He wants to talk to us. We don't really want to talk to him, and we're going to go back to the Forgotten Crossroads. Although Stag is actually one of my favorite characters in the game, so I kind of want to talk to him, but not in this run. So now we're going to enter another area of the game called Crystal Peaks. Crystal Peaks is actually a pretty beautiful area. I mean, look, in my opinion, this whole game is beautiful, but this area is really nice. We're going to use our dive to enter the area, so you can already see some of the crystals happening. It's called Crystal Peaks. FYI, there are crystals.
Go back and kill Milo.
Oh, wait. Actually, that's a good idea. Before we enter Crystal Peaks, there's a character that everyone loves. Which me, as a pacifist, was going to leave her to live, but... Oh, no. Not yet. I can come back later. So right now, this character was happy and joyful, but now she's upset. One more thing, and she'll become a little bit aggressive. You can choose to either let her live or kill her. Me being the pacifist was going to let her live, but some people want her dead.
Killer.
Kill her. So this is Crystal Peak. It's a very mechanical area, so you can pogo off that light bulb. The cool thing about this area is that it's very speedrunner friendly in that when you enter a room, there's like a set. I say speedrunner friendly, don't get hit. But you'll see in the next room that it's very cycle based. There's these enemies with lasers that come out of their crystals, and you can get through the room kind of quickly like this. So we dash here, pogo off that, do some more jumps. And this next room is also a bit cycle based. You can just make it. Oh, messed up the jump a bit there, but you can make it around that. Just gonna gain some soul. That's enough. And we're gonna gain an ability in this area called Crystal Heart. But before we do it, we have to do a bit of a platforming challenge. So we're just gonna use our menu effectively here to drop great distances. Get some soul off of this guy. Do another menu drop. Can't talk there. Open that, and then we're going to do the platforming challenge now. There is a fast cycle for this, so I'm going to hope to try and get the fast cycle. We're going to intentionally take a hit to get through the thing a bit faster. Going to take a hit here. Oh, I didn't get the dash. Still made it though. We can dash ahead of these lasers. There we go. Just down here across the bridge. Crystal Heart. So Crystal Heart is a super dash, which I'm going to use right now just to show it off. I mean, I do need to use it, but I will show it off in the process. Charge it up. Dash great distances. Also, I just noticed I've got 64 Geo. I mean, shout out to the Nintendo 64. I love that console. So now we're going to actually enter a dark room. So usually there's an upgrade called Lumify Lantern, which allows us to have like a little light. I'm going to get through this, but I shouldn't talk. I should get through this actually. There we go. So we're going to enter a room and do it completely dark. Save the grub. We don't need to save that grub, but it loses no time. I'm going to do a fireball there. We're going to use our crystal dash to make some setups so we know where to go. I don't want to die here. And there we go, out of the dark room. Getting a bit more soul, because I really need to heal. Yeah, I saw that. The cool thing is that this game knows when you're at 1 HP. Do another dive. And we're going to here to get another upgrade called Descending Dark. Jump around these. Look how beautiful this area is. No time to look at it though. And look, there's a snail mate. But he's all frozen and gone. And he's dead. So now we got Descending Dark, which is an upgrade of Desolate Dive. So it does more damage. I'm not too sure how much damage it does in this patch. But it does a lot. And it also has iframes. So we can use the Desolate Dive next to bosses and get some invincibility frames.
It's like 50. Oh, we got Shaman Stone, haven't you?
Shaman Stone, yeah,
88.
as well. 88 damage.
If you get all the hits.
Oh, so just remember, my nail does 5 damage, my dive does 88 damage. Big reason to use spells in boss fights. So now, this is actually a pretty important part of the game, both like for story and lore. So these are the Dreamers. Essentially, for the 80% run, you want to save the 3 Dreamers, and then head to the final boss. But the Dreamers don't want to be woken up necessarily at the moment. Actually, I think at the moment they do. I don't know, I can't remember. But we're here to get an upgrade. I'm trying to incorporate the story into it. It's kind of hard though.
Yeah, 200.
You can fall off there and it loses no time.
Yeah. By the way, you're at 225.
225?
I think.
You think? I trust your math.
Something like that.
So what we're going to do here... we're going to dash off this roof, skip all of this, and hopefully jump off this platform. No. Hey, I don't take damage here. Does this really count?
Nah.
Alright, so you can actually jump off that platform, but the timing's quite tight, and I didn't get it. And we're going to get an upgrade called the Dream Nail. So the Dream Nail allows us to pierce the dreams of residents of Hellenist. It's actually important, again, both in the story and the lore, but also it's necessary to complete the game. We're going to do a save and quit, and head back to the city storerooms. So now from the city storerooms, we're going to go back to Green Path. Remember that area with the green and the paths? We're going to head back there to get 2 more abilities. Hey, Stag. But now with a lot of abilities, we can get through the area a lot quicker. We don't need to do fireball skips here. Hit this vine, drop, oh, hard fall. That guy likes to explode, don't need him. He's in the way. He's actually in the way. I don't want to take damage. Now this next room is cycle based, so if I get it good, we can get a good cycle. We'll dash underneath this guy. Dash over that guy. And dash under that guy. Usually people can jump and pogo, but we got Crystal Dash, we're going to skip all these. They're going to do some jump dashes over here. We're going to go talk to another Nail Master. This is Nail Master, or Paint Master Shio. So we're going to get another ability here called Great Slash. Great Slash does 2.5 times the nail damage. So a nail does 2.5 times. When you upgrade your nail, your Great Slash obviously does more, the multiplier. So it's actually a really good ability. Good for the end game as well. Oh, we're going to do a super long Crystal Dash here. Imagine walking this. Going to do one more. So now we're going to hit another ability, and this one is Howling Wraiths. Oh. Also shout outs to the geo count, just noticed. You can do some really cool crystal dashes, like for example jump here. Let me try again. Crystal dash off that. Get just under here. So you can use crystal dash effectively to get through rooms, if you know the right spots. Right here, go underneath the enemy. Really cool. Shout outs to, first of all, I've got to say shout outs to all the speedrunners for the game and all the people who find all the glitches and the routes and the strats. I came up with nothing, so I run the game, I don't find anything. So shout outs to everyone at the Hollow Knight Discord. So now we're going to do acid dash. We're not going to do acid, sorry, we're going to do the acid dash. You dash on top of this acid, you can skip a lot of this room. And we're going to enter another mound. So we have the Ancestral Mound with the Snail Shaman, Crystallized Mound, and this is the Overgrown Mound. I might actually heal. Yeah, I probably should heal. I'm not very good at this room in particular, so I'm just going to heal. It's another caged battle. So we can use our fireball to kill multiple mosquitoes at the same time. For example, right here. Oh no, he attacked early. But you can use your fireball to kill all of them at the same time. And here's Howling Wraiths. So Howling Wraith is, we got Descending Dark for down. We got Fireballs for left to right. Howling Wraith is up. So it's like an up scream or up smash. This does actually the most damage of all the spells. The upgraded version, which is a bit Shriek, does 120 damage. Remember, our nail only does 5. So now, rather than using the Stag Station, we're going to actually go back to City of Tears, and we're going to fight the Watcher Knights. Another beloved enemy in Hollow Knight community. No sarcasm. Now remember when we dashed through this room? We're using a crystal dash through it now. But there is another cage battle just before the Watcher Knights. Whoop. Get some extra soul. Jump here, fireball both of them. Another crystal dash. So the cool thing about the Watcher Knights is that it's actually 6 bosses in one. I got hit there, really? It's actually 6 bosses in one. Oh, he almost hit me. But there is a way to make it from 6 to 5. If we go up here... Oh, I didn't get that. We hit this breakable wall. Go up this secret. Take down this chandelier. It actually crushes one of the Watcher Knights in the background. There he is. We can dream now some of these background Watcher Knights. Heal one more time. Dream now one more time just to get full soul. And now we can start. So we should be able to take out these guys nice and quick. Iframes. So you can just stand right in front of him and take no damage. Oh. Now we've got 4 more to go. We can use Dream now to get soul off them. Oh. The thing about this boss battle is that the room's wide, so you can't necessarily see every Watcher Knight in the room at once. Oh, I thought I had soul there. There we go. Both of them down at the same time. That fight can actually be a lot quicker. Some of the good speedruns of this game, not me, can actually do that fight really quickly. It's actually really cool to watch. So we do get a reward though for killing the Watcher Knights. It wasn't for no reason, you know. Now the elevator is a little bit slow, so we'll just jump up. I think it's about 23 jumps to get up here. I always usually mess up one of them. And then we're going to dream now this laying creature, which is actually one of the dreamers we saw before. This is Lurian the Watcher. Smack her. No, smack him. Him. I think. 10 times. And then consume. Bit of an unskippable cutscene here. 2 more to go. So we can see clearly that we've gotten 1 and we've got 2 more to go. But also we have to get the rest of the abilities as well. Oh, they're gone. Use the menu to go all the way back down. And the other reward for taking out the Watcher Knights is a very, very generous 650 geo. I think. 655. I thought I had that right. So, I've got 3 tricks coming up back to back actually. I'm going to be doing 2 acid skips and Isthmus spike tunnel skip. So I'm going to skip an entire area of the game by doing a bit of movement, which looks kind of easy, but it's a little bit precise. But before I do that, I am going to get another marathon bench. just in case. Using this bench right here. We're going to exit the Sea of Tears and we're going to enter like a transition area between the Sea of Tears and Ancient Basin, which is another area. So essentially we're going to skip an entire area and upgrade, no, a pickup and a boss as well. So I'm going to try and focus here a bit. Ooh, no, that was pretty early actually. Ooh, no luck on my side today. I'm going to quickly get some soul. I should probably just try it one more time, hey. But I do need some soul actually, because there's 2 more skips after this one. And that's why we got the bench before. So I'm going to quickly get some soul. This guy's going to kill me. Who bets this guy's going to kill me? I want more than 2 HP, so I'm going to kill the other one. There we go. Alright, 4 HP. Surely we can do it now. I say surely. Really? Alright, 3 times. Talk about chokes.
Bad luck.
Alright. It's kind of precise. Alright. We're going to try one more time. We've got the bench anyway, so it's not the biggest loss. Final go. Oh, I had to stop myself there for a bit. It's not the end though. It could still end here. And there he goes. I should have got soul from that guy. I said I'm not a good speedrunner. But now we have to do that skip again. What did I say? 25 per death?
335 there.
Ah, it's okay. For a good cause, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Around the elevator. Shit, I'm gonna get some soul here. This is why I gave myself a generous estimate for my time. Because the mistakes in Hollow Knight can be pretty hefty. It's not like, for example, let's say Celeste, where if you mess up, you just start at the beginning of the room again. That was a bit too high. Got it again. Although you'll notice I have no geo because our shade's here. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna get some soul. I don't even trust myself now. Alright. Do another Did you see that? That talk about RNG, right? That enemy can be anywhere in the room and it happens to be in my path. That's 2 hits. I got hit from the enemy and the acid. Don't worry, there's another enemy here. Up here. This one's safer. Now this isn't the hard acid skip. There's one more after this which is even harder. There we go. Alright, this one's really precise and I'll explain why in a sec. So there's a little, I'll explain it real quick, there's like a little bit of the wall underneath this platform where you need to hit that particular wall. Anything above it or below it, you won't get the jump around. There we go. Yes. Done. I feel relieved. That was the hard part of the run. So now we have Izmir's tier. We skipped an area, skipped a boss, skipped a pickup. Almost died. I probably should have backup saves. I mean, I did die, but I didn't lose the run. That's why I should have backup saves prepared. So now that we've got Izmir's tier, we can actually swim through the acid. So now that's another ability we skipped. Oh, sorry, another area that we skipped. And now we're going to enter Ancient Basin. Ancient Basin's like the second lowest area in the game in terms of... Whoop. Should have dashed off that. Get some soul off him. These are the areas of the enemies of the first area of the game. And now luckily there is a bench coming up, so I am going to get my health back and another save point. The thing about those crystal dashes is that you can optimize them so you can release it immediately, but if you release it too early you actually don't dash, of course. So you lose even more time. We're going to unlock this bench, but we're going to leave the scene then re-enter the scene, because the animation of that bench coming up is longer than just leaving and entering. We're going to do a crystal dash over this long room, say goodbye to that Geo there, we don't need it. And we're actually coming up to another boss, Broken Vessel. So we might get hit a few times though, but it's actually kinda intended because it's really hard to dodge it if you want, unless you want to go slow. But who wants to go slow here? Skip one of them, get hit by the other one. Go underneath this one, wait for it. There we go. Get some soul, gonna heal up. There's one more here. Look at this safe spot. There we go. And we're coming up to the boss fight, Broken Vessel. Over here, there's like a little skip. I'm gonna try it 3 times. It's once. Try one more. I actually haven't practiced this a lot. No, I can't get it. It only saves like a few seconds. Rather than going all the way around here. So here comes the next boss fight, Broken Vessel. Now we've got Shaman Stone and the dive and the scream and the fireball. This shouldn't be a long fight. You can hit him once just before the fight starts. We're trying to stun lock the enemy fight. Use our iframes to dive around him. Oop. More dives. There we go. Actually kind of an easy fight with all the upgrades. Wait for the bubbles to burst. He reaches out. You're dead, man. I didn't get the dash. I want to say I was 1 frame off. Do a few more extra dashes and we're getting another ability, which is Mothwing Cloak. Mothwing. Wait. Oh, we've already got Mothwing Cloak.
Monarch Wings.
Monarch Wings. They both start with an M. This is our double jump, Monarch Wings. Mothwing Cloak. I'm gonna get roasted by everyone in the Discord.
Yep.
Oh, I'm already in probably. So we've got another save and quit. And now we're gonna enter the late area of the game called the Abyss. Not much happens in the Abyss because it is pretty void of anything, both literally and metaphorically. Using our King's Brain we got from Hornet 2, this door's gonna unlock. Hornet Sentinel is technically the name. Hornet Protector and Hornet Sentinel. Do some mini drops.
Protector or Sentinel?
I think Hornet Protector is the first Hornet, Hornet Sentinel is the second one. I mean, I just mixed up Mothwing Cloak and Monarch Wing, so how do I know anything? Get some soul on the way. If we do a Howling Wraith in this room, we're gonna get an upgraded version of it called Abyss Shriek. So Abyss Shriek is the upgraded version of Howling Wraiths, and we do 120 damage with Shaman Stone. Again, and now it does 5 damage, that does 120 damage. So when it comes to the final boss of the game, I want to use as many abyss shrieks as I can. Oh. Tried to move around him, couldn't do it.
Just say that normally, when you play the game normally, you would upgrade the nail throughout the game. So that's why there's such a giant difference between the skulls and the nail, is because he's got the very first nail. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually a fair point, yeah. So the nail is upgradable throughout the game. However, it's not necessarily a skill, so we don't get it in the run. But you know it can be upgraded. Actually, before I even go near the double damage, that was $10. I'm gonna heal. We're gonna actually use some of them to gain extra height. Thank you, Mr. Shade, our sibling. There we go. They do double damage and they give you no soul. Not a fair trade. Do a menu drop right here. Crystal dash here. So the next ability we're gonna get is Shade Cloak. Shade Cloak. I got that right. Which is an upgraded version of Mothwing Cloak. Mothwing Cloak being our dash. Shade Cloak being an upgraded version. It's not Shade Wings, I know that. Shaman Cloak. I could get it wrong many times. So we're gonna go into this pool of void. Try and dance around in there. And get Shade Cloak. The cool thing about Shade Cloak is it gives us some vulnerability frames for when we dash. It does have a little bit of a recharge. So we actually have to use it here. To get past those void. Oh, a little bit high there. To get past those void tendrils. So when we drop down the abyss, you may remember I was using a lot of menu drops because it's a pretty big room. We can use platforms to climb the abyss again, but we're going to do something called Abyss Escape. Abyss Escape only saves about, I think, 10 seconds, but it is really cool. It's really hard, and I'm going to try. And there's actually really no downside, aside from losing time. So I'm going to do a bunch of jumps which have like a 3-frame window. Actually, I'm not too sure exactly on the frames, but your position is really important. I'm going to try again. We have to do multiple jumps consecutively, almost perfect. And got it.
Yes.
So, pogoing on those spikes is cool in itself, but jumping off those exterior platforms is pretty hard. Because the moment you get on there, you start falling, so you have to jump. I'm not too sure about the frame window, but it's really tight. So I'm actually glad I got that kind of fast. And it looks cool as well, you know, jumping on nothing. Like, hell yeah. So we're going to get another stag, which is I think the final stag of the run. Oh no, sorry, the second last. This is Hidden Station. Added in Hidden Dreams, one of the free DLC for the game. 300 geo for the station. Ring the bell, just so we know that we're here. And we're gonna head back to Dirtmouth. So Dirtmouth is the town of the very first area we saw in the game. I actually didn't mention it, but yeah, the town's called Dirtmouth. We never have to go there. We never have to buy anything. So I'm gonna sit on this bench just in case. So it looks like I'm entering Forgotten Crossroads again, but we're gonna enter another area called Fog Canyon. Oop. Menu drop. Oh. So Fog Canyon, we're gonna enter through another use of. You can actually time it. Oh, that guy just got killed. Let's just watch his death. There you go. So usually you can do a crystal dash over here, but we've got Isthmus here, so we'll just swim across. This next room is quite long, both vertically, so we're going to use menu drops to get through it. And we're going to find another boss shortly called Umu. Umu is another community favorite, particularly by speedrunners. I know all the runners love this boss. But before we fight Umu, we're going to get another marathon bench, just in case. I've already shown you guys why I need marathon benches. Now the thing about Umu, the boss we're about to fight, is in any percent, it's pretty, there's cycle, it's like a amount of times, like for example, the Umu will do attacks and then you can do the damage phase. We can do a 1 cycle here with our skills, so hopefully we get 1 cycle, but in any percent, like 2 cycles is really hard, and 3 is the average. But we're going to try and attack this boss in 1 cycle. We're going to lure Umu into a particular position so that we can have Umu open its damage phase right here in the middle. Hello Quirrell. Scream 1, Scream 2. Oh. So the thing about those screams is that it does damage in 4, so it's not 120 damage, it's actually 4 multiples of 30, 60, 90, 120. So now we're going to kill it in 2 cycle. There we go. Hopefully I had that in 1 cycle, but not this time. Do a menu drop. And now we're going to find another dreamer here. If I can jump up the vase. Not really a vase. This is Monomon the teacher. Quirrell here is one of my favorite characters in the game as always. Quirrell and Stag and Cloth are my 3 favorite characters, I think. Now unfortunately with Quirrell, you can find out that Quirrell dies. Whether it's canon or not is up for debate. I like to think Quirrell stays alive. I don't know what the devs think about that though.
He's dead. I reckon he's dead.
I don't think Quirrell's dead.
I think he's dead.
I mean, sure, Quirrell's no longer there and his nail is by itself in the blue lake, but...
Could be either.
You can interpret it different ways. I mean, the storytelling in this game is very nuanced, so there's no direct story. You learn the story through the environments and also through dialogue of characters, but at your own pace and your own exploration, so that's what Metroidvanias are all about. So now we're going to enter 2 more areas before we get to the 3rd dreamer. We're going to enter Queen's Gardens, Queen's Garden, and Deep Nest. Now you remember how I mentioned Lumifly Lantern, which is an upgrade that gives us I had to dodge that thing, I had to focus there just for a sec, but Lumifly Lantern lights up dark rooms. We still haven't got Lumifly Lantern because it's not a skill, it's a purchase. So we're not going to get Lumifly Lantern, but we're going to do Deepness completely dark as well. So there's more dark rooms coming up. Alright, so we're going to enter, this is Fog Canyon, we're going to enter Queen's Garden. You can crystal dash under this, and it's pretty hard. I still don't know how to do it.
It's very hard, yeah.
So this is Queen's Garden, which looks similar to Green Path, but it's more of a late game area. Do some timed crystal dashes to get past, get some soul. We're going to another caged battle. 1 fireball, easy. 1 fireball, easy. That's why we gain soul on the way. Now if I take damage right here, I'm going to spawn down here. So it's a bit of a hazard respawn. If you take damage in that particular spot, you get respawned at the bottom, so we just skip that entire platforming puzzle. Gain some soul. And now we're on our way to Deep Nest. The only upgrades I need is Cyclone Slash. There's only one more upgrade. We need to get one more Dreamer and one more upgrade. And then we're done. So So I'm going to do deepness. It's a dark room, so I want to focus just a little bit. Now the cool thing about these enemies is the hitboxes don't work in this patch. So we get some free soul. I'm going to go through this room here. Alright, so now it's going to be dark, so I want to focus just a little bit. It's all off memory, really. Should be there. There. Now I have to do the whole room again.
That was the end.
Get out of the way. Try again. He was in the way, really? Oh my, there we go. Let's do it one more though, one more room. I'm gonna heal. One more, sorry, one more room now. I think it's, no, it's here. I wish I came into this with a bit more soul. And crystal dash. And that should be it, I think. Yes. Done. Doing that room dark is really cool once you learn it. So I'm actually glad we got that. Now usually these people want us to sit on this bench. But, go up here. Crystal dash, cancel, double jump, secret. Skip an animation, or a little cutscene. Skip doing this entire area, really. Use shade cloak to go pop. Hey, he dashed. That was big. So I tried to use shade cloak to get past that enemy, but he did double damage. I got hit once and then double damage. That's 3 hits and a death. That's actually really big. Now the problem is, look at our Geo and look at our soul. We can only get 2/3 of our soul and we have no Geo, and we need to make another purchase of 250. So it's safe to say I want to do this without dying again. I'm gonna need the energy of everyone. The only problem is we have to backtrack all the way. So we've got to do Queen's Garden again. And do Deepness again. I was really hoping I did want to die there, but... Marathon runs, am I right? Thank you, Hitbox. I'm even gonna focus a little bit so we don't die again. It's the last thing I want to do now. We've got... No, should we get a bit more soul? There we go. Oh yeah, yeah, donation, go for it. Oof. Alright, doing the dark room one more time with all Geo gone and only 2/3 of the soul. Alright, we did that flawless. We have one more room after this. I don't even know I'm explaining. You guys have seen this before. You're all experts at it now.
Very good.
There we go. We're essentially safe from here. I say that, but I did die, so there's no empirical evidence right there. These guys really want me to sit down. It actually might be safer to sit down, hey. Sure, we lose like a minute or something, but...
Where's the shade?
Oh, got my geo back, got my soul back, I feel relieved. Now let's try this again.
Yeah.
How easy was that? I can press a button. Look at me go. Alright, so now we're at our final dreamer, Hera the Beast. And consume Hera. And that's all 3 dreamers now. We're one more upgrade away, then we can do the final boss. Another unskippable cutscene. But now all 3 Dreamer Masters are gone. So the thing about this game as well is because it's a big Metroidvania, there are multiple endings, and we're not going to fight the true ending boss. So the final boss we are going to fight isn't necessarily the final. Oh, it's Hornet. So the reason with Hornet is I can't read Chinese, but she's sad that her mother's died. Turns out Hera was her mum.
Just spoils them.
So we're not gonna. So as I was saying, we're not gonna fight. I had to mention Hornet. Sorry, we're not gonna fight the true final boss,
Just nonchalant.
but we are gonna fight one of the endings, which is the main ending. Whoa! I didn't jump off that. We're gonna unlock the distant village stag station, and that's our final purchase. I don't need Geo anymore, so if I lose my Geo, it's okay now. Head back to Dirtmouth. Oh, did I press B? Should have pressed A.
Press X, it cancels it as well.
Oh, yeah, right, I was mashing all 3 buttons. And we've got one more upgrade, which is really quick to get, and then off to the final boss. Sit here so we can save and quit back at Dirtmouth. And now we're going to enter Howling Wraiths. So we're going to go back to the beginning of the game. Oh no, did I say Howling Wraiths? Howling Cliffs. They both start with H. And they both start with howling. That's the lowest common denominator. At least I can explain why I forget them, right? I got reasons. Do a crystal dash here to go all the way here. And look, it's the beginning of the game. But we're going to keep going. Bit of a secret climb we can do with Mantis Claw. And we're going to enter the outskirts of Howling Cliffs. To get our final upgrade, which is Cyclone Slash. I am going to check my inventory, make sure we got everything. I hope we got everything. Yeah, I know I got everything. Just double check just in case. Cyclone Slash. So this does attack to the left and right of us, and it does 7 hits of our nail damage. So our nail damage times 7. He bows down to us, we bow down to him, save and quit. And now we're going to go enter the Black Egg Temple, or Temple of the Black Egg. So we can fight the final boss. With all the abilities as well, this should be an easy fight. Should be. Had to see TSO real quick. Crystal dash off the wall. Right to the front of the Temple of the Black Egg. All 3 Dreamers down. All the abilities collected, I hope. We can open it up. So I am just going to check my inventory right here, just in case. Let's see. So we have upgraded Fireball, upgraded down, upgraded up, all 3 nail arts, all abilities, upgraded dash as well. That's everything. That's all skills. We've got to run. There's a bench, which we don't have to sit on, because it hard saves us there anyway, but we're going to sit on that anyway. So this boss is the Hollow Knight. Turns out our character, Hollow Knight, isn't necessarily the Hollow Knight. So this is the Hollow Knight. I would say the boss is middle tier in terms of difficulty, but it's not the true final boss. And we've got all these skills, so this should be a nice clean fight as I get hit. Using dives. The cool thing is that we can actually parry attacks in this game, so if we strike there now at the same time, try and get a scream in there. Remember, screams do 120 damage. That's the wrong way. Alright, first phase done. We're gonna use Cyclone Slash here. Get full soul, heal once, just in case. The cool thing, this is like a bullet hell phase, but we can get some extra damage in here. Try to dodge all the... I knew he was going to hit me. The more screams we get, the more damage we can do. I think this is the final phase now. You can hit him as he's going around. There we go. Hollow Knight's dead. One more thing to do is to consume the Hollow Knight. And time will come up when the screen goes dark. When it fades out. Should be in like 5 seconds. No, 7 seconds. But now. 121.56. And that's Hollow Knight all skills. I'm actually glad we got through that. So thank you everyone for watching. What was the total? 515. I'm gonna make around. I'm gonna go off 500, so I'm gonna make that donation after this. But thank you everyone for watching. Just want to shout out to PAX and the ASM crew for allowing me to run Hollow Knight. Shout outs to both Ben and Greg for being on stage with me. Ari, Makoto in the crowd. Thank you for making the game, Ari, and thank you, Makoto. For anything Hollow Knight, not just speedrun, but also Hollow Knight, join the Hollow Knight Discord at discord.gg/Hollow Knight. That's where you can get all your Hollow Knight needs. speedrun.com/Hollow Knight for all your Hollow Knight speedrunning. Aside from that, I'm good. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of PAX and more runs. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good job, man.